Justin Fowler reporting from here in Seattle. My friends and I have been wanting to do this, start this new show or local access cable show and put it on YouTube. But I cannot wait for that because today and tomorrow there is the NATO summit in Chicago, and I wake up this morning only to find out they are preparing to march there in Chicago. But this is very concerning because of the fact that Chicago is preparing to evacuate citizens. The Red Cross said that they were told by the city of Chicago to prepare places to evacuate people to. Now, it looks as if they will possibly create a false flag, just as they do, just as they have with many other supposed terrorist events. Let me show you this New York Times article. This is the New York Times talking about terrorist plots have been hatched by the FBI, and it talks about most terrorist activity has been actually plotted by the FBI. And this is mainstream news now. Many people who reported this before were considered conspiracy theorists, but the first underwear bomber attack was taken to court, and it's been proven that and admitted that that was in fact spawned by the FBI, and that they actually put the guy in the plane, gave him the bomb and everything. And the second underwear bomb that just happened just recently, it turned out to be a CIA agent, but then they said, oh, he's a double agent. Yeah, once that came out, he's a double agent. Okay, yeah, we see through your lies now. So now there's this video here of this is reported by CBS Chicago, and they're going into Benedictine University, which is apparently going to be a place where the Red Cross is going to evacuate people. I wanted to show you this video. Let's see. Here we go.
The shelter would be inside the Rice Fitness Center at Benedictine University is the designated area for Red Cross emergency shelter.
All the bleachers would be pushed back against the wall,
and cots would cover the floor. Some are already stored in a Red Cross van parked in the university garage.
Each one of these has a blanket, first aid kit.
How many have you been told to prepare for?
The number that we've been given, roughly 1,000.
Oh yeah, great.
One of dozens of colleges, universities, community centers, or churches standing by just in case Chicagoans must be evacuated from their homes because of violence or any other reason connected to the NATO summit.
Whether it be for a couple hours, because they haven't been able to contact a family member.
Because we don't let them?
To overnight.
If so, people will have access to showers. Volunteers like Joan Hennahan have already signed up to help, and she's recruiting more.
Those who volunteer must be prepared for what? They need to be able to spend the night. It's long shifts.
Oh, great.
It can be you're meeting with people that you don't know.
Up to a week, maybe?
At this point, Red Cross officials are not saying which facilities will be used as shelters. But if the shelters are needed, they say the public will be notified. So
wow.
Where to go.
We need to be prepared, but it's still sobering to hear all this about what they're planning for.
You know,
yeah, very sobering.
Of course, it's one of those things where you're hoping for the best, but the...
Yeah, they try to put their positive spin on it, try to calm everybody down. Oh, it's okay, you know, we're just going to evacuate people. I mean, you know, it's necessary. Heard reports of maybe they're talking about like a dirty bomb and stuff. It's just this dark, morbid stuff. Why would they say this? What is spawning this idea in people's minds about this particular summit? And think about the Occupy protest May 1st. What did they do about that? I mean, oh yeah, they sent a few cops after him, but Obama said, oh, he said that he sympathizes with the Occupy protesters. And they're, you know, smashing windows, they're throwing paint bombs and stuff, they're violent protests. And yet, you know, who knows what they may have planned here. And in case you think I'm a little bit over the top here, I'd like to show you this document that was leaked, and it's been verified that it's authentic, where they are planning for internment and resettlement operations. Oh, great! They just care so much for us. They want to protect us from the evil terrorists among us. You or I could be a terrorist if we're using too much cash, or if we're wearing blue jeans. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you've seen those information sheets, but yeah, they're looking for you and I. Now look at this: internment and resettlement operations, and they're talking about taking dissidents and neutralizing them, basically, where they would effectively learn to love the government. Basically agree with all the policies. If they disagree with any policies, they acclimate them through whatever methods they can. There'll be torture, Anyway, there are many other articles on here. There's a couple on InfoWars here. Sorry, my computer's a little bit slow here, but it says, there's one article that says, yes, the re-education camp manual does apply domestically to U.S. citizens. And I'll show you right here. It shows the exact spots right here. Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Federal Emergency Management Agency, in other words, FEMA. So these are agencies that deal with domestic issues. These operations may be performed as domestic civil support operations. So these are all from that document. Here's another great report on this issue, and they go into even more detail than I go here, or even I personally saw on InfoWars. I'll link this to the video. Let's see. This video was the original kind of report on. So basically, the Red Cross said they're preparing for this, and they said that the city of Chicago had told them to. But then they asked the city of Chicago, and they're like, oh no, we don't have anything to do with this. Just the case of denial. Why would the Red Cross lie about something like that? Well, the government has lied to us multiple times, hashed all these false flags, and now we have people marching on NATO. Let me show you some of this video real quick. Just a second while it loads. Scary stuff, people. We may be entering a whole new era of the police state. It's kind of freaky. Let's see, hold on just a second. Here we go.
Elsewhere tonight, CBS 2 has learned there may be a secret plan to evacuate Chicago in case
secret plan.
Of the NATO summit next month.
That's great.
The Red Cross in Milwaukee is apparently reaching out to volunteers to help prepare shelters for any Chicagoans who are suddenly relocated. CBS 2's Mike Parker uncovered the story.
CBS 2 News has obtained a copy of Milwaukee area Red Cross emails sent out to volunteers. The message suggests a possible plan to evacuate residents of the city of Chicago during the NATO summit. The conference, the email says, may create unrest.
Somehow they know this.
In southeastern Wisconsin has been asked to place a number of shelters on standby in the event of evacuation from Chicago. That surprise disclosure has some folks who live downtown on edge. A little unnerving?
Very unnerving. I feel a little bit unsafe. Just a little, maybe a little bit more than a little bit.
Of course you do.
I want to be in the city during the NATO conference.
I wouldn't either.
Not for words, because I absolutely have no idea what that entails.
According to a Wisconsin Red Cross spokesperson, the evacuation plan is not theirs alone. She told us, our direction has come from the city of Chicago and the Secret Service. However, officials at the Office of Emergency Management and Communication told us tonight the directive did not come from
sure.
the Secret Service did not return our phone calls. The Chicago Red Cross office said
Service did not return phone calls.
The city in their NATO planning. A union executive who's been training his members in preparation for the summit.
Okay, well, that's enough. Basically, he says it maybe just may end up being nothing and so forth. And yeah, you know, people just think of what happened after 9/11, how much they cracked down. The Patriot Act had been circling around Congress for years before 9/11. They also were trying to invade Iraq, and you see how weak the ties were between Iraq and terrorism. So they're finding excuses. I mean, what other conclusion really can you come to with all these lies, with all these false flags, except that they're trying to crack down on us in this internment document? So red alert, and I'm going to show you. I believe I have it in this other browser here. Where they're trying to march on. They're preparing to march on NATO. I should have had this queued up already, but just a minute here. Yeah, they're walking right into the jaws of the lion. And unless awareness grows about what is going on, and I don't know how that's going to happen in time for this event, whatever event happens, then it's likely this will happen. But if we spread enough awareness, show that people have been giving out the red alert before this even happened, then it may reveal the connections and show that that this is all perpetrated by the government from beginning to end, all an excuse to invoke tyranny. Now here's the people marching on NATO, and let's see here, hold on. Here I am shouting, you know, I'm saying, come on guys, this may be, you know, the start of the prison camps and kind of a new age of police state. And someone says, Justin, that may be true, may not. Everyone has to do what they have to do. If they should be eaten, well, then we know. Well, maybe some people just have to learn. I hate to say it, but some people are so stubborn, or maybe they're just ignorant. But people have been shouting this from the rooftops, and I've been meaning to really get this out there. But if through this we will become more aware, then all our efforts to expose this have been worth it. But to anyone, I doubt anyone that's planning to march on NATO is watching this right now, but if you are, please, abort mission, red alert, turn back. And if you're not, just spread this around. I'll post all those links on the video, and you spread this video, you can spread the links, some of the videos kind of going into this. But no matter what, we will reveal this. We will make sure that the plans of the wicked fall to nothing. So, anyway, just reporting, trying to spread the news, expose this tyranny, and God help us all.